culture is the way of life, especially the general customs and beliefs of a particular group of people at a particular time. Culture can be defined in numerous ways. In the words of anthropologist A.B. Tyler, it is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, custom, and any other compatibilities and habits acquired by man as a member of society. Terror management theory posits that culture is a series of activities and worldviews that provides humans with a basis for perceiving themselves as person or persons of worth within the world of meaning. They, by raising themselves above the merely psychical aspects of existence, in order to deny the animal insignificance and death that Homo sapiens became aware of when they acquired a larger brain. The word culture has three meanings. The first one, the beliefs, customs, arts of a particular society, group, or place or time. The second, a particular society that has its own beliefs or ways of life. And the third one, a way of thinking, behaving, or working that exists in a place or organization, such as a business. Many countries are largely populated by immigrants, and the culture is influenced by the many groups of people that now make up the country. This is also part of growth. As the countries grow, so does its cultural diversity. The term Western culture has come to define the culture of European countries as well as those that have been heavily influenced by European immigrations, such as the United States, according to Khan University. Western culture has its roots in the classical period of the Greco-Roman era and the rise of Christianity in the 14th century. Other drivers of Western culture include Latin, Celtic, Germanic, and Hellenic ethnic and linguistic groups. Today, the influences of Western culture can be seen in almost every country in the world. Eastern culture generally refers to the social norms of countries in Far East Asia, including China, Japan, Vietnam, North and South Korea, and the Indian subcontinent. Like the West, Eastern culture was heavily influenced by religion during its early development, but it was also heavily influenced by the growth and harvesting of rice. According to the book Pathways to Asia, Civilizations, tracing the origins and spread of rice and rice cultures by Dorian Q. Fowler. In general, in Eastern culture there is less of a distinction between secular society and religion philosophy than there is in the West. Many of the Spanish-speaking nations are considered part of the Latin culture, while the geographic region is widespread. Latin America is typically defined as those parts of the Central America, South America, and Mexico where Spanish or Portuguese are the dominant languages. Originally, the term Latin America was used by French geographers to differentiate between Anglo and Romance Latin-based languages, according to the University of Texas. While Spain and Portugal are on the European continent, they are considered the key influencers of what is known as Latin culture, which denotes people using languages derived from Latin, also known as Romance languages. The countries of the Middle East have some but not all the things in common. This is not a surprise since the areas consist of approximately 20 countries according to BPS. The Arabic language is one thing that is in common for this region. However, the wide variety of dialect can sometimes make communication difficult. Religion is another cultural area that the countries of the Middle East have in common. The Middle East is the birthplace of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The continent of Africa is essential to all cultures. Human life originated on this continent and began to migrate to other areas of the world around 60,000 years ago, according to the Natural History Museum. Africa is home to a number of tribes, ethnic, and social groups. One of the key features of this culture is the large number of ethnic groups through the 54 countries on the continent. For example, Nigeria has more than 300 tribes. Currently, Africa is divided into two cultural groups, North Africa and Sub-Sahara Africa. This is because Northwest Africa has strong ties to Middle East, while Sub-Africa